doing? My name is Jake. I'm Commissioner of Tubbs. You're one of your hosts. Sitting to my left is Chuck, our co-host.
That's me.
And sitting to my right is our special guest for this week, Keith Woodrell. How you doing, Keith?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
All right. So, a lot of things happened over the last week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. 2 weeks. We haven't done one of these in a couple weeks. A lot of good matches that's gone down. We had our team versus team competition yesterday.
Who's number one?
Which number one?
Right, blue.
Oh, blue would be me.
Oh, okay, got it.
That's why you got that belt right back here behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, me and Josh went at it Tuesday, I believe. Got that off of him.
That's a good win.
Yeah, I was surprised, just as much as everybody else is.
Not surprising.
Not
Not surprising.
I ain't surprised at all.
So we had our team versus team competition yesterday. That we had a pretty good turnout for that. We had 20 members show up at 10 matches.
Is that what you expected?
Yeah, I expected around that number. That's a good turnout, I would think anyway. Especially since this isn't really like a league or anything. It's something that everybody does in their spare time. It's nice to get everybody together.
Better than turnout than that first meeting.
Oh yeah, first meeting we had like 3 people.
Yeah, 3 people.
3 people show up. Yeah. All right, so let's go through the news here. Let's go start with the rankings. Team Blue, you got me on top. You got Russell Huffman beat Josh. Took the number 2 from him.
Climbing up the ladder fast.
Pretty much other than that, it's the same. Ernie's number 3, Jared's number 4, Jordan Haddon sitting at 5, Russ Ward sitting at 6, Dustin Hearn sitting at 7. You got Cody Cook at 8, Josh Eastham at 9, and Richard Parkinson at 10.
All right.
Not too much movement this last week from that list, so guys are holding their own. Team Black, you got AJ still on top. I believe he's got an 8-win streak right now, 8-match win streak. Rodney sitting at number 2, Tracy number 3. He defended his yesterday against Ron. The Barrett boys are 4 and 5.
They seem to be stuck there, 4, 5, or 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, father and son.
Lance Slack at number 6. Noah Downing, number 7. He just got his tag yesterday. I've been hanging on to it for him. Glad he finally got a hold of it,
Just
though. So
now?
yeah, haven't seen him. Haven't seen him
yeah.
around.
Heck, he's always bowling.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
You got Ron Phillips, number 8. He just got beat by Tracy yesterday. He was going for that number 3 spot. You got Kyle Biggs. I think him and Lance switched on Friday. He's already invoked his rematch clause as well. That'll go down on Wednesday night. And then rounding out the top 10 is the captain himself, Tanner.
Hanging on to that top 10.
Yeah, you got a few days left. Everybody's trying to fight their way to the top in the last few days so they can get a chunk of money.
Yeah, and I finally got my win-loss back to even, 6 and 6.
Nice.
After starting 0 and 4. So
Nice. Yeah, we a lot of good matches going down in the last couple of days. So keep an eye on it. This will be the last podcast we actually get to do before the end of the month. So maybe we'll see these guys as winners. Maybe we'll see somebody else jump up in their spot.
yep.
Never know.
Be a lot of movement, and then what is it? Right when the first of the month hits, a lot of changes or challenges, and yeah.
Yeah. Top members in points. Jared looks like he's got that pretty well covered. Tanner and Mark jumped up there from the points they got yesterday. I believe Mark got 4 points yesterday. He got the max. AJ's still up there, and then James Luff and Chad Leonard rounds up the top 5-ish with 14. Keeping it pretty close.
I don't know about a lot of these guys, but Chad bows a lot of matches.
Yes.
Seems like.
Yes, he does. Him and Jared Hoover actually has put in a pretty good number of
Has he?
matches. Yeah. So, well, I mean, he wins everything he does. So,
Wow, yeah.
so
It's to be expected.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. When you're a good bowler like that, you know. But yeah, the points from the team versus team yesterday helped out a couple of our guys. Mark took 3 points off of Michael David Jr. yesterday, and then he got the extra point for his team winning. So that bumps him bumps him up there into second. Pretty close. People that can challenge into the top 10. Team Blue's list grew after yesterday.
Yep.
You got Rob. I think Rob's challenged Dustin Hearn. So that's going to take place pretty soon. Scott Vender's got 3 wins. I think he's just waiting on the right person to challenge. Chuck, when are you going to challenge in the top 10?
And I'm bowling better.
Okay. Hold on to it till the first of next month.
We'll see.
Start the new month with a tag.
I still got my M tag.
Huh?
I like turning it upside down. It always says winner.
Oh, man. So on Team Black, we got Dane, Nikki, and Chuck. Those 3 can challenge up in the top 10. Team Blue, you got, like I said, Rob, Ron, Mark Funderbrunk, Burke. Sorry. Teddy, and Scott.
Well, Stubblefield, you know.
Oh,
your
dude,
name
they
on
get my name Friday night. So Travel League on Friday night, they get my name wrong every week. Every week.
What was it, Stubblefield? And then the next week it was
Subtlefield.
Subtlefield.
I'm
Yeah.
like, come on, guys. I've been doing this for a year with you guys. I mean, come on.
Well, they just need to change it to Jake S.
Well, there you
Yeah.
go.
There you go.
That's what they do with my name tag here. When I'm at work, they don't even try. They just put JKS. They don't even try to spell it. Oh, man. All right. So we had our team versus team match at Sahoma last night. And not last night, yesterday morning. We had a pretty good turnout. So,
Everybody seemed to have a good time.
yeah, we just want to thank you guys for
Yes.
putting it on for us.
It was our pleasure.
You know, it's always good to get different centers involved, and you know, it's the whole point of this is to bring everybody together. So,
Well, and you know, we have a lot of the guys come over there for matches, you know, and we enjoy it. You know, we're glad to see them. So
yeah, and
and
we've
we
been
see some new faces too that way too. So you know that we wouldn't otherwise see other than traveling league.
and then they
So-
come over there and they get a feel for the center, and you
Yeah.
never know, you might be able to get them in a league or you know,
Never
anything
know.
really.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you guys have been really accommodating. I mean, we've been hearing that from everybody.
Well, we try. You know, we do the best we can with what we have. You know, with
Yeah.
what's available. So
Yeah, I've been told that if we call ahead, you guys, if it's the right time, you guys can get us some lanes reserved or ran and
yeah,
get the oil, you know, fresh oil.
especially on league nights and stuff, we always run extra lanes.
Yeah.
You know, so and we'll be happy to hold on to a pair if we need to or whatever.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to doing more events with you guys. Each month, I'm going to try to move it around, but mainly it's going to stick to three. I'm looking at 3 centers.
Sure.
So, of course, Andy V's and then BA and you guys. That's the 3 I want to work with the most.
Sounds good.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Closest together. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
3 closest.
Well,
Well-
they're all easy to get to.
Right.
Yeah, and-
Creek
and-
Turnpike.
Most
Yeah.
of our members come from those 3 centers. We have a couple guys that come from Sheridan, and we have pretty decent following from Owasso. So, but most of our members are from either Sahoma or Andy V's.
I like bowling at the lanes, but it's just so far. You know,
I've never-
especially for me living in Sapulpa. But,
Yeah, Wasso is a trip from Sapulpa, yeah.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of their shot. Like every time I go in there, it's either different or I have something going wrong.
Well, that could be said about any center.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
Bowl season on Friday night. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. How's your guys' team doing, by the way?
You know, we're hanging on to second, I think,
Nice.
and position rounds at Sahoma. So you know,
Oh,
we get to
there
live
you
up to
go.
our house bowler name,
There you go.
hopefully.
Yeah.
If we can stay close enough, hopefully we'll edge up in there.
Well, you bowling in any other leagues?
I bowl on Monday night and Thursday night at Sapulpa in
Nice.
Sahoma. Yeah.
Nice.
That Monday night league's been a staple there for 30 years or more.
Oh yeah.
You know, so
I
of
bowled on
course
it in
that's the
the
one we bowl together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bowled on it in the early 90s, and I'm bowling with Keith on his team this season.
Yeah, that's where
It's
I got.
a fun league.
That's where I got my start. 5 years old. I was up there
Me too.
every day.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
Well, where I started doesn't exist anymore. Crystal Bowl. I was always a Crystal River kid.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I was
It's a
just talking-
Napa now, isn't it?
Yep. I drove by it. I remember one day, I'm like, are they rebuilding this center or something? Because I thought it was weird. They'd repainted the building and everything. Drove around to the front of it. It's now a Napa. Yeah, it's been that a couple of years now. At least they didn't tear it down.
Yeah.
I was reminiscing about Crystal Bowl with some people last night at Sahoma. Good or bad, I don't know, but talking about the buckets they used to have to put on the lanes to catch the rain.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That place is really famous too for their restaurant. Really good food there.
Yeah.
Briar had good food when they were around.
I can't believe it's almost been 30 years since they. I remember when they closed down, May of '93. I mean, we lost a lot of bowling alleys and no more.
I tell you one that has a good burger, Grove.
Oh yeah.
A little 10 or 12 lane center.
Yeah, I know Justin Barrett bowls out
Really,
of there.
really good burgers. I mean, it's been years since I've been up there, but
I've never been there. I don't know if it's true or not. I heard a rumor that it may be closing.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I hope
wow.
not.
Yeah, I hope not as well. We've lost too many, and we don't need to lose
Well,
any more
Oh,
around
yeah.
here, especially.
Yeah.
The pandemic's been a killer for a lot of centers.
Well, there's
Some of it closed and then just didn't bother reopening.
there's
around
a
the
lot of
country.
businesses in general
Yeah.
in the Tulsa area.
But
I mean,
bowling, I think it really did take a huge hit because of I don't know. You're right. A lot of businesses, but just what just they survive on. And bowling wasn't exactly doing like it was 30 years ago anyway. So 30, 40 years ago. So yeah, it didn't need another hit like this. So
yeah. I don't think there's. Is there any centers in the area that's closed? Like in the Tulsa area?
last
Closed
one,
because of it?
last one was Claremore. Hadn't that was I think in
That's-
2010.
Yeah, that's been some years ago.
2011. So it's been so hopefully, but no, I know right now we're doing really good, and so is Broken Arrow. Sahoma doing well.
We're doing well.
So good
Of
to
course, leagues are down everywhere a little bit.
Yeah.
It's to be expected. But overall, yeah, I mean we made a
Our-
pretty good comeback.
Leagues might be overall down, but the number of leagues are up. So we've gotten some leagues from another center,
Yeah.
and then I know Broken Arrow, their Wednesday night league that I'm on went from 17 teams to 24. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, they're doing
That's good.
really well with their leagues. I don't think they're. I had to ask Carol, but it may end up not being too bad. So if Andy was like, if it's flat, it's good. So I mean,
And with you guys not having a mask mandate, you guys get a pretty good number of bowlers coming in there, right?
We do, and I think that's why some of the guys started bowling matches over there, and then they
Yeah.
realized that they get treated well, so they came back.
Yeah.
But yeah, as of now, Sapulpa does not have a mask mandate. So we tell people if you feel comfortable wearing a mask and want to, that's fine, but they don't have to.
That's
You
cool.
know.
That's cool.
We try to practice social distancing as much as possible and kind of leave it up to the people to decide how they want to handle it.
Yeah.
But we don't force them to do anything. So
I like how you guys brought back the Saturday night Colorama. It's more of a just kind of a weekly thing, right? It's not really
Yes.
a league.
No, it's not a league at all, and it's just going to run through November 21st, and then we'll take a break for the holidays and hopefully do another one in the summer.
Cool.
But it's just old school Colorama. Come in, buy tickets. We give all the ticket shots back, and we do have the super pot that's a build that will carry over and build week to week if it's not hit. But just
That's cool. Yeah, because a lot of people have been turning them into leagues, and that's kind of weird for me to see a Colorama as a league.
well, you know what? That's funny because we started that. We did it, and we do it every summer, and that's our best summer league every summer.
Yeah.
That's our biggest. It's the most enjoyable. It's the most fun, and I mean, I don't know. We started it 25 years ago, and it's been there ever since.
Yeah.
Every summer. But it's a neat format if you ever tried it. Every sweeper night on that thing, on average we give back like $4,000 to $5,000,
Oh, wow.
and it's in $50 shots.
Wow.
Single strike wins $50.
Nice.
And
Nice.
it just the ticket sales week to week build up. The pot builds every week, and with the final night ticket sales, last season I think it was like 4,600 that we gave out.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're looking at doing a league with our club stuff, kind of like a side thing.
You know,
This summer.
I wondered about that, and you and I had kind of talked about, as it's growing, getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
I don't know. My suggestion would be to split it into 2 divisions.
Yeah.
Based on average, but you pointed out you don't track averages, and a lot of these guys don't bowl in league. So
I started tracking
Yeah, he
averages
started.
at
Oh,
the
you
beginning
did?
of it.
yeah,
Once we got more than 20, I was like, because I was spending, instead of spending, because typically I spend about 15, 20 minutes updating the sheets
right.
a couple times a day. Then I was spending like 30, 45 minutes, 2 or 3 times a day updating sheets because I'd have to add in the scores and stuff like
Right.
that. And if somebody didn't put their scores right on there, I had to text them, be like, hey, what'd you shoot? I need to know. Now it's just like, okay, you won 2, cool. I don't care what you shot.
Yeah, I could see where that would be a logistical nightmare. But
Yeah, I don't have like league software like centers do to
Right.
track all that stuff. I do it all on my own. So yeah, it was a pain. But yeah, we're looking at. I thought about starting one around the winter time, but then I thought, well, no, because there's so many leagues going on right now and all the different centers, it'd be hard to find a night to do it.
right.
So I'm thinking about waiting till the summer when there's not really too many competitive leagues.
Yeah, that's a good
And,
idea.
What I'd like to do is do a travel league. Do maybe like a 16-week, 4 different house
In the summer,
in the summer.
that would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and have like have the committee making the matches instead of challenges, and then still doing rankings and have a belt and the whole bit like we do with our club.
What
Yeah.
day?
I don't know, Chuck. Just depends on what's going on at each center.
I don't. Yeah, with summer, I don't know if Friday would be a good day, but
No, because everybody likes to go to the lake and stuff like
Right.
that. It'd probably be, I don't know, maybe like a Monday. I don't know what days do you guys usually do your Colorado leagues? During
Wednesday
the week,
night.
Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
Wednesday here. So
Monday, Tuesday, somewhere in there.
I think Monday might be a really good day.
Yeah.
Well, if we're included in that 4 centers, Monday would work for us pretty good.
Oh yeah, totally.
Same here.
So
Yeah. Actually have 3 centers in mind. I just don't know the 4th yet. That's a coin toss
Yeah.
between 2.
well,
I mean, I know one that would love to have it because they're hurting, but I'm not sure what I want to do yet. And of course, I still have to talk to all the centers and see what kind of lineage and that kind
sure,
of thing.
sure.
Make sure it'll be copacetic, I guess. But yeah, it's a very early idea,
Well,
That's,
it's
he's
a good
full of
one.
ideas. Yeah.
dude. You have no idea. No idea how much my brain runs. I actually got a name for it too already. Tubbs Strike Night instead of Fight Night, Strike Night. I think
There you go. That's catchy.
Yeah,
Catchy. I think you need some cheerleaders or something for your podcast.
cheerleaders.
Yeah. A couple
Yeah.
of Tubbs girls standing back there
Yeah.
with pom-poms beating you in the
That'd be
head and
cool.
stuff. Yeah.
That'd be cool. We're actually we're in the early stages of sponsorship.
Oh, really?
We're looking at trying to get some sponsors, and if we do that, we'll have banners we can put behind us and
Awesome.
the whole bit. I got a couple different options on that right now that I'm just waiting on to hear back from. But
Well,
It's gonna be-
eventually you need to figure out how the commissioner gets a little pay. This is a
Mhm.
lot of work. man.
yeah,
Agreed.
You're putting a lot of work into this.
yes, but I don't want to be that guy that's taking money out and then everybody's like, well, why isn't there more payouts and instead of money going to you? And
Well,
it's
If
a
anybody,
political nightmare.
I know, but
We'll get over
if anybody gets involved in this and truly knows what kind of work is involved, they're not going to have a problem with you taking a little cut.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, with the political issues that it would cause, I don't even bother. Shoot, I've got enough money into it that if I started taking a cut, it'd probably take a year for me to get my money back.
Well,
That's
you
a
got something
start.
to look forward to.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Besides, well, I mean, I've got a lot of money into it, and I've had a couple of guys sponsor some stuff, so that was
Well, that's
pretty
good.
cool. Yeah, some of our belts and tags and stuff like that have been sponsored, which was really cool. Yeah,
Right.
it's cool when you start something and then somebody else wants to put something into it.
Absolutely. That means you're doing
It's-
something right.
Yeah, it makes you feel good. Yeah,
Just my only advice would be to be careful about who you let in and make sure it stays your vision.
yeah,
You know,
Yeah, we've been pretty lenient so far, but my thought process with it is I'll let you in, but if you start acting up or something like that, I can take you out just as easy.
Well, I'm not talking about the members or the bowlers. I'm talking about your sponsors.
Oh yeah.
Now the bowlers you can handle.
Yeah,
That's not a
bowlers I can
problem.
handle. That's yeah. I've already had to handle some of them. Put them in line. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, sponsors. I'm very cautious
That's good.
about what I'm looking at because I'm not going to let anybody take any control for sure. I'm kind of a control freak.
Well, and
Nothing wrong with that.
once you give up a little bit of control, then they see they can take it, and they'll inch by inch take a little more and a little more.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, give an inch to take a mile.
That's why everybody's been like, well, won't you get somebody to help you run it? I'm like, no, because then I can't be in control of what's going on all the time.
Chuck's your co-host. Isn't that good enough?
Yeah.
There you go.
Tanner and Ernie.
You see, here's the thing. Okay, so this is everybody that's listening right now needs to hear this. So if you have issues, you're supposed to be taking them to your managers, not me. I don't mind answering questions, stuff like that, but the whole point of teams and managers and stuff was to split up the number of people we have, first off, and to be able to filter some of the stuff that I'm doing into the managers, give them a little more control.
Right.
And that's not really been the case so far. I asked Tanner, I said, does anybody ever come to you for stuff? He said, no. So, okay. Well, this is the warning. This is a warning right now. If you have questions or concerns, go to your manager first. If they cannot answer your question or you don't feel comfortable with their answer, then you come to me. I have a lot on my plate, especially the next 2 weeks with job transitions and stuff like that I'm doing, that it's going to be hard for me it's not going to be hard for me to answer questions, but it's going to irritate me, basically. It already irritates me a little bit, but I deal with it because that's the nature of the beast, so to speak. But yes, if you have any issues, take them to your managers. Tanner and Ernie are both on Facebook. You can get a hold of them just as easy as you can get a hold of me. You should be able to anyway. Maybe not Ernie as much during the day because he works. He's got his own shop. Tanner's Tanner. So.
Yeah. He kind of, yeah, Tanner's Tanner.
Yeah.
But I got to say that, of your choices, those were good choices.
Mm-hmm.
As far as team captains go, because
Yeah.
they're both their temperaments are good. They're friendly. They're easy to get along with.
That's exactly what I
they're
saw there.
approachable.
They're easy for me to work with, and they've been there longer than anybody else.
Yeah.
I
From the
think
beginning.
from them two, it was them two, me, Noah, and Russ. We're about the only ones that's still in it that was in it when I started
You
it.
started with like 8, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We did. We had 3 weeks before they shut down, and then
That's right. Yeah.
we just moved it all over and then started up in June, and that's when we started picking up more members because of I think the whole pandemic thing's helped.
I would think it possibly simply because what you've started, what you're doing is different. It's not your typical tournament or league. It just looks like fun to me. It's just the challenge of it and the belts, everything you've added to it's just made it better. It's cool. And if it wasn't for, I wanted to be involved in the very beginning, but then I started realizing once it started growing that I'm not sure I want to get off work over there and drive all the way over here for a match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it wouldn't be fair for me to expect people to always come to Sahoma.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I'd still like to get involved eventually, I think.
Well, you just tell them what I do, but like I get bowling for free, so if you come over here, I can probably hook you up.
But I don't get to bowl for free.
Mm-hmm.
You worked there, you know that.
That's true. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's different. It's different. Each center's different with their employees.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Which is not a bad thing. You still get good deals and stuff. So
We kind of, I actually brought that up at one point. And I was like, most centers don't charge their employees for open bowling or whatever. And the fear was that we would never get some of our kids off the lanes
Mm-hmm. That is
to go
true.
to work.
Tanner Simmons. would
Zach
never
Hathaway.
leave. Oh God, yeah, yeah. Zach would never get off the
No.
lanes.
It's hard to get him to stop bowling to clock in now.
Yeah, we got guys that be like, I'm taking my 30-minute break. I'm like, okay, can I get a lane? Really? Come on, man.
I remember
Are you
doing that.
kidding me? It takes me 30 minutes to get loosened up enough to throw the ball.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, it is now.
Yeah. I don't want to hurt while I have to work another 4 hours.
Oh,
So
exactly.
I don't want to. Yeah. Yeah. After I did that tournament, that ROC tournament last Sunday, I got up Monday and oh my God. Oh,
Oh. Well, see,
hurt
and that's
so bad.
anything more than 6 games, it's just too much for me. You know, bowling doubles and singles at a tournament, that's about it. You know, and that bowling 9 games in 2 days almost gets to me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Speaking of that, Real Okie Classic is having another one next Sunday, right? The 4th
Believe so.
at BA. It's going to be Baker's doubles. I like Baker's better than I liked the Scotch doubles we did.
it's a
here.
little easier on you.
Yeah, it's a little easier to remember who's up when. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Scotch doubles was fun, and you get to pick up your partner spares. That's pretty cool. But,
Yeah. Get a left-handed partner.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah. But they're doing Baker style in BA next weekend, so hope to see a lot of our underground bowlers there.
Oh, yeah.
They always put on good tournament.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I want more sweeper tournaments. We got Monster Ball
Yeah. Monster Ball's coming up
next week.
next Saturday.
Yeah.
So we have the Monster Ball on Saturday, and then the ROC on Sunday. Correct.
Correct.
And then today was Cushing's 6-gamer.
Yeah, and Monster Ball still signing up. We expect a lot of walk-ins, but yeah, Saturday, October 3rd, 10 a.m. 1,200 for first, based off of 45 entries. I know we're definitely going to be getting a better turnout than last year. Last year's was decent for the first year, and a sticking point that happens a lot on GTO for people is we don't accept current fall league averages on Greater Tulsa Open, but on Monster Ball we do, like for people who are just starting out, so or haven't bowled in a few years. And a 6-game sweeper, $80 entry, but a $100 entry paid the day of. And but yeah, we expect a lot of walk-ins. But yep, just let me know, or any of us here at Andy B's know, Jake, for the Monster Ball. Boys just really crept up on us.
We can get you on the list.
Yeah.
Here's my issue with the tournaments that we got going on here. Everything's handicap. I cannot stand handicap tournaments. No offense to anybody that likes it, but I don't see it as fair. Now, I'm a higher average bowler too. That's why I don't see it as fair. But if you're going to if you do a handicap tournament but you put it on a sport shot, that's definitely not right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
When's the last time we've had a scratch tournament?
mine,
Right.
the one we had the Ultimate
But
Challenge
before
one.
that,
Oh, that I don't know.
I mean, I can't.
Well, we need to start doing more.
I mean, I really can't even think. Is it Cushing? Isn't? No, it isn't.
No, but I mean, I get why people do handicap. It's to make it a level playing field.
Well, but it really doesn't.
Yeah, it really doesn't make it a level playing field.
Honestly, the even with a handicap system, unless you do 100% from 300, the higher average bowlers always have an advantage.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just the way it is. Now it's a lot easier for a 170 average bowler to bowl a 200 than it is for a 230 average bowler to bowl a 250.
yeah,
But, you know, I'm that guy that's kind of, somebody told me one time that they figured, they did a lot of tournaments and ran a lot of tournaments and stuff and figured out that the guys that average between 190 and 210 are kind of left out
Yes.
because we don't get enough, and I'm in there, we
Yeah.
don't get enough handicap to help us, but we're not as likely to shoot that 250.
yeah.
We're more likely to shoot, a good game for us is 220, 230,
Self-admittedly, I find myself saying, with tournaments, and why am I even bowling them? Because I'm too good for handicap, not good enough for scratch.
Yeah, I mean,
That's it.
you have a 180 average bowler. He has a bad day, shoots 160, 170. Okay, he's got some handicap to help him. You have a
A little bit.
220 average bowler, has a bad day, shoots 200. he's going to lose.
Oh, absolutely.
Every time.
You're right. Absolutely right.
I mean, it's a catch-22 type of thing.
it is. It really is.
It helps, but it doesn't help. But
I don't know, and I don't know of a system that would be better though,
No.
other than just strictly scratch. Well, let me ask your opinion on this. How do you feel about scratch bowlers getting in handicap brackets? I don't think it should be allowed.
You've asked me
No.
that before. I don't see a problem with that.
Well, and let me tell you why I don't think it should be allowed. Me also, again, being in that 190 to 210 average range somewhere in there, brackets are a loser proposition for me.
Mhm.
You know, scratch brackets aren't good for me unless I have an extremely good night. Handicap brackets aren't good for me because I don't get enough handicap. So it's kind of a lose-lose for me. But I don't know. I just feel like the true scratch bowler, there should be something for these guys and something for these guys.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like having a scratch tournament. If you have a scratch tournament, you're not going to get a 170, 180 average bowler in there, and if you do, they shouldn't be.
I think they should. Tournaments should do more of having two divisions, having a scratch, basically two tournaments in one: a scratch tournament and a handicap tournament. You can sign up for both. You can sign up for one.
Yeah.
However, you know.
Well, and some tournaments are now doing like the combine stuff.
Yeah, the six gamer.
Yeah, the 6-game combine, and you can get in those. Scratch your handicap.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I still think there needs to be something for the handicap bowlers, but they're also, I see it both ways.
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's another reason why I like what we're doing is we're giving the scratch bowlers an option outside of handicap tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're trying to put on more tournaments, but the first one didn't really go to plan, so it's kind of a
25 years
and
ago,
see.
and you remember that, there used to be scratch sweepers constantly. We used to run them at Sahoma once in a while. But yeah, it just doesn't happen anymore.
because we don't have too many of the really high average bowlers, but there's enough that when they come out, people don't want to do it. There's other guys that be like, okay, well, I can't win that, so I'm not going to go do it.
Yeah.
They don't want to try, and that's kind of a deal that scratch bowling in this area has dealt with lately. So yeah, do you have any tournaments you're looking at doing next couple weeks? Or next couple months?
I probably should have checked into that. Nothing comes to mind. We do have a benefit tournament this coming Friday for a young lady that lives in Sapulpa, and she's got, I'm not even going to attempt to name the disease, but she's got a rare disease. But Friday night at 7, I believe. It's $21 entry fee. Come in. All proceeds are going to this girl.
Oh wow,
To help with medical expenses and stuff. So
that's neat.
her name's Candace. I can't remember her last name. I'm horrible. I am a horrible person.
It's all good.
But yeah, that's coming up, and if anybody would like to come bowl, it's just going to be a fun tournament. I believe originally there was going to be a professional PBA member there doing as a guest MC, and then they were going to do like a little mini pro-am type thing with a few bowlers, but turns out they can't make it. So last I heard, Dickie Ward was going to be the MC, and
Oh wow,
Good.
but then the day after that, I heard that there is possibility of another PBA member coming to help. So, but I don't want to name him because in case it doesn't happen.
cool.
But yeah, but they've got hooks up. We've got some signed jerseys that they're going to be raffling off, and a couple of signed bowling balls. So
That's really neat. It's
yeah,
good to
yeah.
Very
good to
good.
give back to the community.
Yeah,
and-
and as a matter of fact, one of the jerseys Chris Prather sent, signed, and it's the jersey he wore when he won the U.S. Open.
oh wow,
Yeah,
nice.
so yeah.
Very nice. Yeah.
Man, you got some
Yeah.
pull getting stuff like that. Wow.
Wasn't us. It was these ladies that are organizing it, and they've done a phenomenal job of getting stuff together. And
Sounds like it.
But the lanes are filling up. We've got all 24 lanes blocked off for it at 7 o'clock Friday, so
Cool.
October 2nd.
Nice. Trying to think. You guys usually do like a generation thing for the around Christmas time, right?
Yeah, generation gap, usually just like a 9-pin no tap or a screwball or something, just something fun. But that, I'm trying to remember. Of course, Angie.
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I know. I should have come more prepared. Wasn't thinking about that. Angie Brooks, runs her little tournaments there, and she's got a tournament coming up. It's going to be a Baker doubles or a Scotch doubles, I believe.
She's got a big following now.
Oh,
She's
huge,
busy.
Yeah.
huge. And she's very organized, and if you got questions about how to run a tournament or how to do anything, go talk to her.
Oh yeah.
She's got a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience. But she's another one that likes to put things together, kind of like you have with this, and tries to make bowling fun for people.
She's actually showed interest in wanting to do something like I was doing.
Yeah, she and I actually talked about it before we talked to you, or she did before she talked to you. But originally, I kind of thought about what if we did like a satellite type deal, where it would still be part of your organization, but based out of there. But logistically, I think now, especially since yours has grown so much, I just think that would be a nightmare too.
Yeah.
It just,
Yeah, I loved the idea of doing that, having like some competition even.
right.
But I just felt it was too close.
And I get that, and trust me, when you told her that, and we totally understood, it's not a big deal. So she kind of tried to put together a little handicap deal, and we're testing it right now. It's pretty interesting, but
Yeah.
it's not tubs for sure.
Yeah. I figured she would want to do something like that because with ours being scratch, there's plenty of bowlers out there that are handicap bowlers that would love to do something like this.
And there are bowlers that are involved in that would never be involved in something like what you guys have.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't.
Yeah.
But so far it's been fun, and there's some rivalries going on already.
Ooh.
And Chad Leonard's sitting at the top of the points list, and he's just telling everybody about it.
Yeah, Chad will do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he gets a win in our group, and he's all over it.
Yeah, the first Monday after it started, I challenged him for a match on Monday night during league, and he proceeded to shoot 730 and kick my butt.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
Wow.
yeah, he does like competition. There's no doubt about that.
Nice. Yeah. Well, that's cool to hear that you guys have got some stuff going on over there.
Yeah,
If you guys need any help with it or have questions or anything, just holler at me.
okay.
I'd love to help
I'll let
out.
her know. Of course, Angie's kind of like you. Once she gets an idea in her head, and
Yeah, I can see that.
we do things the way she wants to do them.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I don't argue with her.
No, yeah, hey, that's a great way to be.
Yeah.
I think. Well,
Yeah.
because that's the way I am, but that's why I say that. But
I do have another little tidbit of news, a little self-promotion here. We are upgrading our lighting system and sound system,
oh wow,
and it's in progress, but it's looking really, really good. Sound is phenomenal. These guys that Wayne brought in to help fix our situation, because we had some really old equipment, analog stuff trying to run on digital stuff and hook together and cobble together, and it was just not working anymore. So
it was a literal nightmare.
yes,
I remember.
was.
I remember
Oh,
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the stacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's in progress, going well.
Nice. Yeah, you guys got scoring system updated recently too.
We
right?
did. Actually, it's been a year. We did it August. Actually, it's been a little over a year. We did it August of last year. And we upgraded to Cubica scoring system, which is it's an upgraded version of what Sheridan has,
Okay.
basically. But yeah, it's pretty neat. We got a lot of new games and stuff in there that people can bowl on hourly rate.
That's cool.
They're a lot of fun for the kids and
I like
and
how you
the
can take your
adults.
picture and put it up there. A lot of
Yeah.
the guys when the travel league goes through there, they tend to do that. And
Yeah. Well,
AJ, no, I mean,
funny part about that is the desk gets to approve or disapprove of the pictures that are in there.
oh,
So
nice.
trust me, there are a lot more disapproved than approved.
Yeah.
So
Can you do the 40 frame game on that system?
no,
Because we were asked that too. So
you know, we used to have the 40 frame.
I
game,
remember I used to bowl
and
it.
now it's
Yeah.
now it's a totally separate licensed entity. And I want to say, well, I'm not going to say because I might be wrong about who actually owns it, but now it's kind of like exclusively for nationals. You know, you can only bowl it at nationals, and if you want the license for it, you can get it. A center can get it, but it's like $10,000.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's not worth
So no, but man, I missed that. That was one of the first things I asked because I was like, that was so much fun. You know,
Yeah.
we used to run 40 frame game tournaments over there while stuff like the GTO was going on.
Yeah.
You know, to give people a little side thing to do.
Right.
And, you know, we'd have hundreds of entries during what used to be the Oil Capital Open. That's what GTO is now,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Well, it was originally it was ran by B, who we just lost her this
Yeah,
past
that
week.
was
B
sad.
Hunt. We miss her deeply. She started the tournament over there as Oil Capital, and then came over here in 2003 and started the Greater Tulsa Open, and then Oil Capital still ran over there for several years, and then it just folded. So but yeah, I remember how huge it always was. You know, between Oil Capital and Greater Tulsa Open, you know, anywhere between maybe up to 1,000 teams.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and a
over
lot of
10
people
weeks.
from out of town,
Right.
and
Yeah.
out of state even.
Oh yeah, a lot of out
But
of states.
GTO still draws people from out of state, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get them all over the country.
And I apologize if I sound ignorant about some of this stuff, but I did take a 15-year break from the business, and a lot of things changed while I was out. So,
No,
You
it
know.
started in 03, so right when you're on.
well, I
Big
I
chunk of
left.
break.
I left in 2000. Actually, yeah, about 2000, 2002, and came back in 2017. So, a lot of things changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot changed with bowling in that time.
Yeah.
Speaking of tournaments that are picking up off of GTO, I believe ROC is actually starting to do an alibi on Friday nights to kind of go with the GTO
Where?
Broken Arrow.
At Broken Arrow?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they're doing four game sweepers basically, or 4 games.
Well,
Something.
you know, since the pandemic, and then we've talked about this before, with ever bowling was taken away from everybody for a couple of months, and you know, all the tournaments that were popping up over the summer, and still now through the beginning of the fall, and then of course we hit normal tournament season coming up. It's really good to see, and again, mentioned this before. I know several people who, you know, bowled 1 or 2 leagues, are doing 2 or 3 or 4. Me, I'm doing 5. So just a lot of people.
I don't know how you do it. I don't even want to do 2. Like,
Well, that's just something that I've done this since June of '82, and I've never stopped. Now, granted, sometimes maybe I only was bowling 1 league a week, but you know, as far as I could do it all the time in league. I'm a league bowler more, I guess, but you know, as long as my back holds up, which actually I think bowling more is helping it a little bit more right now, keeping it stretched out. But yeah, I mean, I some people hate bowling league. I know. Though,
I feel like a part-time bowler. Like I want to bowl, but I don't want to bowl. Like I want to bowl, and then I bowl, and then I hurt, and then I don't want to bowl.
Yeah, that's me too. And you know, when you told me you were bowling 5 leagues this season, I thought you were nuts. And over the last 2 or 3 weeks, I have actually bowled 5 or 6 nights out of the week, every week, and I am feeling it. My hand, my back, my hips.
Russell, I think it's Russell Huffman said he's bowling 6.
Oh wow!
I'm
Probably.
like,
I'm-
why?
Well, I mean,
I
I
don't
know.
need to bowl that much.
Well, he's bowling every night except Saturday, obviously.
I remember,
Yes,
was it
you know.
Eminem Totras was famous for bowling 13 leagues a week? You know,
Well,
so
good. Maybe we can get him to come out to Colorado and then have him doing 7 days a week.
yeah,
Well, there you go.
Oh, look at that. Russell Huffman, you're challenged.
Yeah,
I want to see you
yeah,
bowling
yeah.
7 days a
Hey,
week.
he bowled our Colorado League last summer.
Yeah, he did. Doesn't he normally?
Yeah, actually, I think he's bowled the last couple of years. But
You kind of have, you know, because we do it on the same night. on Tommy Anderson's Monte Carlo, and you guys always kind of had your crew. We always have our, it's not as big as yours, but there's always a good core 20 people who love doing that every summer. So we typically get between 20 and 30 a night, but I know it definitely probably bigger. Maybe it might be a type of thing to discuss moving it to a different night to not compete with each other.
Well,
It's
if that wasn't on Wednesday night, I'd probably come bowl it some, but
Right.
I'm committed to.
I thought about
League.
Monday. We were thinking of doing it both Monday and Wednesday night, but not really any. But that might be something to think of ahead of time for next year. And the ones that are loyal who bowl it every week, see if would you want to shift over to Monday? We might get more bowlers. I'll see what they.
it'd be nice to
I'll say.
see. It'd be nice to see the centers work together more than trying to compete with each other. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely,
Well,
especially now.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
tend to think that 4 of the centers tend to do that more, and there's a center that maybe doesn't.
don't get me wrong. It's good to have healthy competition. That's what keeps demand up,
Well,
or that's
We're in
what
this
that's what
together
keeps
right
that's
now.
what keeps quality up. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
Yeah,
Quality.
we gotta be stay together right now.
but
Yeah.
we all share bowlers. We
Mhm.
know that. We all share bowlers. We have bowlers that bowl one night at Sahoma and one night here and one night in Broken Arrow. So we have to keep them all happy as a group, or
Yeah.
at least try to. We're never going to keep them all happy. I shouldn't have said that. There's no possible
Well, no,
way to
not
keep
always,
everybody happy. Trust me, there's a lot of times I leave league and I'm unhappy, but
Yeah. That's what I like about what we're doing here is you get to see all the different centers.
Yeah.
You get to see where people because people that so I consider my home center now Andy B's
Sure.
because I work here and,
Sure.
and everything else. So most of my matches you see go on here.
Yeah.
So guys that have their home centers, most of their matches go on in their home centers. So you get to see who likes to bowl where and who's willing to move around more and
that's true.
that's kind of thing. That's cool to see.
Well, and
Um,
my favorite league is Friday Night Traveling League. I mean, I
Mhm.
just I like coming here. I like
Same.
going, to. I'm going to say this on record. I really like going to Cushing and Bartlesville. There, I said it.
I mean, I
wanna
don't
go to
mind it.
Cushing and Bartlesville.
Yeah.
I like Cushing. I just
Yeah, I
don't
really
like the
like Cushing.
drive.
Well, the drive aside,
But it is a traveling league.
I
you know?
like the
It's not a
drive.
walking league.
I like the drive after because then it can just spend that hour driving home,
relaxing.
relaxing, compressing,
Winding down.
winding.
I'm-
Yeah,
Then you're ready to go to bed when you get
I
home.
Yeah.
can't see him winding down with that brain.
a
I'd be thinking you'd be doing a lot of thinking.
lot of Frank Sinatra. That's what helps me calm down. I'm saying it right now.
Way to go.
Spotify, Frank Sinatra playlist. Calms me down a little bit.
Trans and
No.
techno.
That's.
I listen to podcasts.
Have you ever listened to the Joe Rogan podcast?
Oh yes,
He's good.
yeah.
He's good.
I can take him in small doses. I mean, a little bit of him goes a long way, but yeah, I enjoy it. But
Lately, he's had a bunch of like political people, and I'm like,
yeah,
But when
it,
he's
it
get-
gets to be too much.
when he gets like comedians and actors and stuff like that, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
But yeah, the drive home from Cushing's fun. I'm not a fan of the drive to Bartlesville.
See, now I love the drive. That's a relaxing drive. I love the drive to Bartlesville. So
I think it's
I
mainly-
get too nervous on Cushing.
I think mainly for me, it's because I think I get lost every time.
the bad thing about the drive from Cushing is if you break down out there and you don't have a good working cell phone,
Oh, yeah,
you're
you're-
kind of screwed.
Yeah.
because there ain't nothing out there.
Don't get me wrong.
And trust me,
guys.
there are a lot of guns in those houses out in that area.
Oh
so
yeah.
you don't,
Yeah.
Cushing is I love bowling there. And they really treat the traveling league
Yes,
really
they
well.
do.
So I mean,
Actually-
it's just a drive.
Funny story about driving stuff. On my Jeep, I got a low tire situation right now, and we driving to Cushing. That's when it started happening, and so I'm like driving home, like, I don't know, we got a gas station around here somewhere.
well, not after you leave Drumright.
No,
Nope.
Between Drumright and Spalpa, there's nothing.
no. It's all a bunch of houses and
Hills.
Yep.
and
Hills and passing
grassland
lanes.
and man, yeah, Bartlesville. I'm not a fan of Bartlesville. I've had too many. It's not a bad center. It's just
That's where I shot my first sanctioned 300.
Really?
Mm-hmm. What was it, January of 2000?
mine was in Owasso.
Yeah.
youth travel league.
I did. Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Hey, that 300 that I'm on the board for at Sahoma was shot in Owasso.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Wayne
Thank
put
you, Tommy.
Wayne put me
Oh,
up there
Wayne
anyway.
put it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Well-
I shot one that next week at Sahoma anyway. So
Okay. Well, that works.
it's just a few
That
days
works.
difference. But yeah,
Yeah, that board needs to be updated again.
Yes, it does.
We've,
Yeah.
we've discussed this several
Mhm.
times. Actually, Tanner screenshotted Kyle Biggs' picture and put it on Facebook the other night. Did
yeah.
you see that? Kyle,
little,
Well, you look
little
at
chunky.
look at Will.
14-year-old child. Oh, Will's
Yeah.
up there young, Justin Ruley,
Yeah.
a bunch of people you wouldn't recognize.
Not very many people's gonna know this name, but Dwayne Vineyard.
Oh, I remember.
That
Yeah.
picture is old.
Yes. Yeah.
He does not look like that anymore.
Well, you know what?
A little bit, not, but
Yeah.
there's you got the Dale Earnhardt, Rick Long up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's some pictures up there. You're like, who is that? Oh, you read the name, you're like, what?
Yeah. 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 Hey, Jamie Walker's on that wall too.
Yeah.
Hey, actually Jamie and I came up together bowling youth leagues over there.
I always remember just
So
you just say that name. The first thing that pops into my mind is Youth Traveling League.
yeah,
When he was, the lefty with the highest average.
yeah.
Whenever I was bowling it.
I actually got to bowl against
Well,
him.
Now him and JC kind of went back and forth on that
I was trying to think
because JC was always a little higher.
because
think.
when in Youth Traveling League, I just didn't remember him bowling as much on it. But I guess I guess I was just remembering. I was remembering JC. You remember Sheila Brown?
Oh yeah,
I remember them
absolutely.
bowling together,
Sure.
so I was always remembering, Jamie and Sheila, and all of them. So that's kind of just my memories of traveling league.
Yeah.
And Lance Slack,
Lance, yeah.
yeah, bowled that the entire time. I
Barnes.
still remember his very last day before he moved into adult leagues. It's either at Timber, Broken Arrow, or Claremore. So
Well, and actually, yeah, I mean, Greg Barnes, Phil Roberts bowled on it when I was bowling it.
yeah, I remember Phil.
so-
Is there even a youth travel league anymore? I know Tom stopped doing his.
Yeah, a couple of seasons ago, whenever it just stopped. Then there wound up being they were thought about keeping it going, and there just wasn't any interest. So yeah, Tom ran that for years.
That's crazy to me because that's where I learned. Travel league is where you learn how to bowl in different shots.
Yes.
Granted, you have your sport shot leagues and stuff like that, but there's nothing like having different approaches, different lanes, different scenery. The whole bit can play a part.
And that's part of what I like
that-
about Friday.
That
Yeah.
different
You know.
approaches is really a big.
I mean,
deal.
it's
Oh,
all a
tell
mental
me about
game.
it.
Walking into the building can cause you have not mental issues, but like
Well,
game
some bowling
wise,
alleys-
game
Oh,
wise.
some bowling alleys like me and Enterprise up there in Springfield didn't shut completely out 4 years in a row. I have nothing. But it's not like I'm not going to keep trying.
I mean-
I'm there for Lambert's.
You remember? Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the only reason to go.
I mean, because you walk into a center and the way you bowl, you're going to remember that. So the next time you go in that center, that's the first thing that comes to your mind. So if
Sure.
you have a bad day, that could play on you the next time you go there. I
Sure.
mean, so travel league is where you learn the mental toughness of bowling.
I honestly can't say. I mean, I've shot well in every center we go to on Traveling League, and I've shot badly in every center we go to on Traveling League. So I can't really say, including Sahoma. I tend to have my lowest series on Traveling League at Sahoma.
This is by far my worst house in traveling. I'm probably averaging not even one.
Well, you know what? And you probably have the same problem I do. The entire time you're here, you're not concentrated on bowling.
Oh, no,
You're worried about what's going on around you.
Whenever I'm bowling, I'm bowling. And
Well,
no,
not me. I get distracted.
Traveling
too
would be
easy.
different.
That's the Sahoma way, though.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
but
Yes.
Even back when I worked there, if you're not working, you're bowling, you're still working.
oh
Like,
yeah.
You're still. It's just. I don't know. It's not like they expect it from you, but it's just kind of the thought process.
I expect it of myself.
Yeah, I was the same way, yeah.
And it's the first night we bowled Traveling League there this season. We're standing there in the bowling area, 23 and 24, and those screens when you check in, when you put your names in and check in, they go dark. And Charles walks down there to give us our envelopes and stuff. And he said, "Are you gonna get on a ladder and fix that monitor for us?" I'm like, because last season I had to do that.
Yeah.
Right during practice, I had to get on a ladder and fix a monitor. is before we upgraded our system. But
Mhm.
yeah, he thought that was funny.
I remember coming in there on like Thursday nights for the mixed league that they used to have there. I don't
Yeah.
know if they still have it or not.
Mhm, yeah.
But there was a couple weeks where I walked in and they were like, "Hey, we got a CSR as a mechanic tonight," and I'm like, "Great,
Mhm,
I'll be getting calls then."
mhm.
Stuff
Yeah.
like that. I mean,
Speaking
it's,
of Thursday nights, actually, and Angie Brooks, going back to her, she started a little trio league there on
Oh,
Thursday
okay.
nights, but it's a short session sanctioned league. So we're doing 15 weeks. We're going to take a break for the holidays and then do another 15 weeks. So
Nice.
it's kind of an opportunity for people that need to get games in for a tournament that don't want to bowl to have a tournament average, but don't want to bowl a 36-week
Smart.
league.
yeah,
you know.
that's smart. Yeah,
But she came up with that, and she's, and it's a low cost league, but it's just a lot of fun. We have little side pots. We do a best ball every week and everything. And
That's cool.
Yeah, so if anybody's looking for a short session league, 15 weeks starting in late January.
nice.
So,
Get some games in.
yeah.
All right, folks, we've been doing this for 56 minutes. Can you believe
Really?
that?
Time
Seems like we
flies.
just started.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It does fly by whenever we had to do it duo a couple of weeks ago.
We ended
we
up going
made
an
it.
hour.
We made it through. There's always something to talk about.
I actually
bowling.
like the camera angle on that one too, because it's hard getting the right camera angle with 3 people sitting the way we're sitting,
Mhm.
without multiple cameras. But when it was just 2 of us, we could set the camera off more where you're sitting and have it. So we're both kind of right there in front,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was cool. But we're constantly upgrading our system
Well,
here. So.
this is a pretty good setup. And I got to be honest with you, I've watched pretty much every one that you put out. I didn't realize it was in this room.
Yeah, that's the front
secret
office,
room.
Yeah, yeah.
Chucky's office.
Chucky's off the one. No, this will always be Paula's Pro Shop to me.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Bowling Plus,
Yeah.
my shop.
yeah. Well, Keith, I'd like to thank you for coming out.
Thanks for
Yes.
having me. It was a lot of fun.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Appreciate
yeah.
it.
We'll have to get you out here again sometime.
Sure.
Ah, that's
Sure. and
fine.
I'll
Yeah.
try to be a little more prepared next time. I'll
Yeah.
come with a file folder or something. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, I managed to get through this entire thing without saying the F word once.
That's so hard for me too. Like, no. So everybody knows I don't watch what I say a
Well,
lot.
me either.
So even working, I have to like, But yeah, it's so hard. I mean, you get to where you don't think about it and you don't do it. It's not a big deal. But
Well,
Well, it's like in the youth program you don't cuss, so in this you just wouldn't.
doesn't?
So yeah, that's just
I did all the
Well,
time. I
you're-
don't know what you're talking about.
Well, not when you're youth director.
oh, well, that's true.
Coaching high school
That is
bowling, I
true.
was going off on them. No, I was just kidding.
Funny that you bring that up. A funny story. I won't name names, but one person who was a youth director when I was coming up at Sahoma, several years after they had left there and I was no longer in youth leagues, I ran into them at a tournament and he was hiding his beer can behind him because he didn't want me to see him drinking a beer. And I'm like, I'm old enough to buy one of those. I don't need you to
Yeah.
hide
Yeah.
it from me, But
That's
it's
cool.
just funny.
Yeah.
But
All right.
Yeah. All right. I'd like to thank Sahoma Lanes first off for letting us
You
come
bet.
out yesterday and
bet.
put on our team versus
it
team
went well.
competition.
And I want to tell you something else too. And I don't mean to keep dragging this on.
Oh, you're good.
Tammy was looking very, very hard for a song yesterday called "Bad Motherfucker."
Yeah. She.
And
Yeah.
see, I managed to get it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did she tell you?
Yeah,
She was
she-
she wanted to
Quoted.
play it when you presented that belt.
She was like, yeah, I got a song for the winter. And I'm like, oh, winter song. I'm trying to think of song. Winter is all she said.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking winter. Okay. So I was like, we the champions, like what your typical.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's a song by Machine Gun Kelly. I'm like, here we go.
Yeah.
But yeah,
She was disappointed she couldn't find it in her system. Obviously.
yeah,
for-
obviously
For
it's not
obvious
using it,
reasons.
Yeah,
Hey, that WAP song's in there.
really.
Yes. Uncensored.
Jeez, man, a lot of the rock songs I look because I think you guys have the same system we do
Do we?
Yeah.
for music.
Oh,
do.
yeah, probably.
And
it's that
I go to look-
subscription for bowling centers.
I go to listen, like try to find some rock music when we go to clean at the end of the night, and half the crap I listen to I can't find.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But then you get, like you said, the WAP songs in there.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Come on.
But she was disappointed. She really went. I said, well, she got it on her phone. She was going to just hold her phone to the microphone. But anyway,
That'd have been cool.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah, because she was like, we got to wait till the kids leave.
yeah,
We can't do
yeah.
all the kids are here.
She's funny.
So, yeah, but appreciate you guys letting us come out and holding our event out there, and we're definitely gonna have some more out there
Yeah.
in the coming months.
Good. Yeah.
I'd like to thank Andy Bees for letting us use this room again. It's nice and cold in here. I like that.
That's me.
And it smells good.
That's
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah, Chuck's got it on lock.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank everybody that listens, tunes into our podcast. I know Keith mentioned you like to listen to our podcast. The more viewers we get, the better opportunities we can turn it into.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
yeah. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I haven't been following through on getting us some matches on there, and I apologize, but
Plenty of live stuff.
we got a lot going on. So hopefully once I get all this job stuff figured out, I'll have time to film some matches and get them on the page.
You will.
Quick congratulations to Tanner for taking the commissioner's belt yesterday, and Rodney for being our first BMF title holder. There's a couple of guys that are getting pretty close to that 5-win streak to be able to challenge Rodney right off the bat.
Oh, wow.
So, and of course, AJ's got 8. So,
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
if you guys get to 5 and you want to challenge for it, you need to let me know. I'm not going to just, you got 5 wins, let's make a match. Because some of the guys won't want to. I mean, they don't care about that. They want to go for points or the number 1 spot, stuff like that. Since the BMF title doesn't, that one and the commissioner's belt's kind of just for fun thing. So there's no real money in it. So some guys won't want to do it. But if you want that matchup, you need to let me know, and I'll post that on the page too, just so everybody knows. The commissioner's belt's the only one I'm going to pick people for. And probably by the end of the month, I'll have the next challenger for that. I got to figure out who would be good to go against Tanner. I got a couple names in my head, but you know. But yeah, so congratulations to those guys, and thanks everybody for listening. And we'll catch you guys next week.